You've been taught to be frugal. You've been told it's the only way to save money. And for years I believed it too. I lived it. I preached it. But then I discovered something so fundamental, so eye-opening, it completely flipped my world upside down. I'm talking about exposing frugality for what it truly is and sharing the shocking truth I discovered about saving money. This isn't what you expect, and once you hear it, it's going to change your financial future forever. You need to hear this. I've always been a penny pincher, always on the lookout for the next bargain or discount. My journey with traditional frugality started early. As a young lad, I'd save up my pocket money, counting each coin, each note with meticulous attention. I reveled in the joy of seeing my savings grow, each saved penny a testament to my discipline, my control. As I grew older, this mindset carried over into my adult life. I was the guy who'd drive the extra mile to save a few pennies on gas. The guy who'd spend hours comparing prices online to get the best deal. I was proud of my frugality, of my ability to stretch a dollar, to squeeze out every bit of value from my hard-earned money. And initially, it was satisfying. I felt like I was winning at the game of life. I was doing more with less, right? I was being smart, being resourceful. I was saving for a future, a better tomorrow. But then, the cracks started to show. I found myself spending an inordinate amount of time worrying about money, about saving, about not spending. I was constantly stressed, constantly anxious. My frugality had become a full-time job, a relentless pursuit of savings that left little room for anything else. Moreover, I began to notice that my relentless pursuit of savings was affecting my relationships, my social life. I'd decline invites to dinners, to movies, to holidays, all in the name of saving a few bucks. I was missing out on experiences, on opportunities to create memories with my loved ones. And then, there was the impact on my health. The cheap, unhealthy food, the constant stress, the lack of sleep, they were all taking a toll on my well-being. I was saving money, sure, but at what cost? Then came the realization. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was so focused on saving money that I was losing sight of why I was saving in the first place. I was sacrificing my present happiness, my health, my relationships, all for the sake of a future that was becoming increasingly bleak. However, I soon started to realize that this constant cost-cutting was taking a toll on my quality of life. Then one day, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was there, at the pinnacle of traditional frugality, pinching pennies, skimping on luxuries, and always on the constant lookout for the best deals. Sounds familiar, right? But amidst all this, I couldn't shake off this nagging feeling, this gnawing sense of dissatisfaction. Imagine climbing a mountain, only to realize that you've been scaling the wrong peak all along. That's exactly how I felt. I was saving money, yes, but at what cost? My happiness, my peace of mind, my time. They were all being compromised in the name of frugality. And for what? A few extra bucks in the bank account? In this quest for saving, I was losing sight of what truly mattered. I was trapped in a cycle of scarcity, always focusing on what I didn't have rather than what I did. That's when it dawned on me. The traditional concept of frugality was fundamentally flawed. Its focus was too narrow, too limited, too scarce. But then, like a lightning bolt, came the revelation. What if frugality wasn't about scarcity but abundance? What if it wasn't about denying oneself but about making more informed, thoughtful decisions? What if it wasn't about saving every possible penny, but about finding a balance that allows for both saving and spending? This was the turning point, the moment of truth. This was when I realized that I had to redefine my understanding of frugality, to break free from the shackles of traditional frugality and embrace a new paradigm. It was time to shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. In this new paradigm, frugality isn't about deprivation, but about prioritizing. It's about understanding the value of money, but also recognizing the value of time, happiness, and well-being. It's about finding a balance between financial security and personal fulfillment. I realized that there had to be a better way to save money without sacrificing my happiness. And so, my journey towards abundance frugality began. The problem with traditional or scarcity frugality is that it can actually hold you back. Let's delve into this a bit further. Scarcity frugality is based on a mindset of lack, of not having enough. It's a survival instinct that tells you to conserve, to hold on to what you have because there may not be more coming. This can lead to a life lived in constant fear of running out, of not having enough, and that's no way to live. What's worse, this mindset can permeate all aspects of your life, not just your finances. You may find yourself missing out on experiences, opportunities, and even relationships because you're too focused on conserving what you have. You may turn down a night out with friends or pass up a travel opportunity, all in the name of saving a few pennies. But at what cost? Moreover, scarcity frugality can actually reduce your quality of life. You may find yourself buying the cheapest items, regardless of their quality, just to save a bit of money. But these items often break or wear out more quickly, leading to more frequent replacements and, ironically, more spending in the long run. Additionally, this scarcity mindset can limit your growth and potential. Instead of investing in yourself or in opportunities to grow your wealth, you're hoarding your money, afraid to take any risks. But as the saying goes, you have to spend money to make money. By not taking calculated risks, you're essentially stunting your financial growth. Furthermore, scarcity frugality can lead to a negative relationship with money. You see money as something to be feared, to be hoarded, rather than a tool to improve your life and the lives of those around you. This can lead to stress, anxiety, and even resentment towards money, which is not a healthy mindset to have. In essence, scarcity frugality is like being stuck in a financial hamster wheel, constantly running but never really getting anywhere. It's a lifestyle based on fear, lack, and limitation, rather than abundance, growth, and potential. And that, my friends, is why it holds you back. This is where the concept of abundance frugality comes in. Now let's take a moment to dive into this new paradigm, one that's about to redefine your relationship with money. Abundance frugality. It's a term that might seem contradictory at first, but it's a potent ideology that completely transforms the way we've traditionally thought about frugality. You see, traditional frugality is all about cutting back, making do with less, and living in a constant state of denial. It's about pinching pennies and constantly feeling deprived. It's a mindset born out of scarcity, where you're always worried about not having enough. But abundance frugality, it's a game changer. This concept turns the old notion of frugality on its head. It's not about denying yourself or living in scarcity. Instead, it's about making smart, strategic decisions that maximize your resources and increase your wealth. Think about it. Instead of simply cutting back on your expenses, what if you focused on growing your income? Instead of constantly worrying about money, what if you could cultivate an abundance mindset, where you know there's always more where that came from? Abundance frugality is about investing in yourself, in your future. It's about recognizing opportunities and leveraging them to your advantage. It's about seeing the bigger picture and understanding that true wealth isn't just about having money in the bank, but about having the freedom and flexibility to live life on your terms. It's about finding balance. Yes, you still need to be mindful of your spending, but not to the point where it stifles your growth. It's about understanding that sometimes you need to spend money to make money. It's about knowing when to be frugal and when to invest. And the benefits, they're immense. Abundance frugality empowers you. It frees you from the constant worry and stress that comes with living paycheck to paycheck. It opens up new opportunities, helps you build wealth, and gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. So how do you transition from scarcity to abundance frugality? The first step is a shift in mindset. It's time to stop viewing frugality as a restriction, but rather a tool for better financial control. Remember, abundance frugality isn't about denying yourself pleasures. It's about making smart decisions that bring you closer to your financial goals. Next, start by making smart financial decisions. This involves planning your finances with an emphasis on value and return. Instead of always opting for the cheapest option, consider the long-term benefits of your purchases. For instance, investing in a more expensive, high-quality item that lasts longer could save you money in the long run compared to buying cheaper, less durable alternatives. Investing in yourself is another crucial aspect of abundance frugality. This could mean spending on education, health, and personal development. Instead of viewing these expenses as luxuries, see them as investments in your future earning potential. Remember, the most profitable investment you can make is in yourself. let's talk about budgeting. With abundance frugality, budgeting isn't about cutting costs to the bone. Instead, it's about allocating your resources to the areas that bring you the most joy and help you reach your financial goals. This might mean spending less on items you don't really care about, so you can spend more on things that matter to you. Abundance frugality also involves proactive saving. Start by setting up an automatic savings plan. This way, a portion of your income is automatically transferred to your savings account each month, helping you build your financial safety net without even thinking about it. Don't forget to diversify your income streams. Relying on a single source of income can be risky. Consider ways to make your money work harder for you, such as investing in stocks, starting a side hustle, or renting out a room in your house. Lastly, practice gratitude. This might seem unrelated to frugality, but it's not. Being grateful for what you have helps you appreciate your possessions more, reducing the desire for unnecessary spending. So take a moment each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. All these steps might seem overwhelming at first, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Start small. Choose one or two strategies to focus on, and once you've mastered those, move on to the next. The goal of abundance frugality is not to live cheaply, but to live richly. It's about making mindful decisions that align with your values and financial goals. It's about investing in your future and living a life of abundance, not scarcity. So how do you transition from scarcity to abundance frugality? You start with a decision to change your mindset and embrace a new way of thinking about money. You start by taking the first step. Abundance frugality is about more than just saving money. It's a paradigm shift, a change in mindset that redefines our relationship with money and wealth. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell to stay updated with more insightful content. Remember, the journey to financial freedom begins with a single step. Take that step today.